Hello students, welcome to your WebSeek Academy English channel. Today, we will discuss the lesson Babar Ali, which is a part of your first PUC English syllabus. This inspiring and true story is written by Samarpit Mukherjee Sharma, and it introduces us to a young boy who made a big difference through education. A note on the author. Samarpit Mukherjee Sharma is the Associate Creative Editor of Youth Leader India, the India chapter of Youth Leader magazine. She is a member of the dynamic, action-oriented online magazine network focusing on groundbreaking positive change initiatives, portraits, tools and more. Babar Ali Summary. In the lesson, Babar Ali, Samarpit Mukherjee Sharma introduces to the readers the world's youngest headmaster, Babar Ali, through the words of Tanvir, a youth leader volunteer. Our pride lies in the fact that this 16-year-old headmaster is an Indian, hailing from Murshidabad in West Bengal. Babar Ali's father Nasiruddin Sheikh, a jute seller, though uneducated, believed in the idea that education is man's true religion and sent Babar to school. Babar, a first-generation learner, was a model student in school. But what he did after school was more significant than being studious or smart. With the awareness that he was one of the few fortunate boys in the village, Babar was prompted to do something for his fellow youngsters who did not enjoy the same privilege. That is why, after his school hours, in the backyard of his house, in the open air, he started teaching the children who wanted to learn, but had no opportunity to do so and were deprived of their basic right to education. Even if the government-aided education was free, the other expenses incurred over the uniform, books, etc., discouraged parents from sending their children to school. Hence, the children ended up as maidservants, mechanics, day laborers, grass cutters, livestock herders, etc. Babar Ali's vision for these children was different. He wanted to teach these children who were prepared to walk for miles to learn. Thus came into being Anand Shiksha Niketan. In fact, the school started as a game and soon turned into a serious pursuit because children enjoyed learning arithmetic. An institution that came into being with just 8 children and 1 young headmaster, to begin with, in 9 years' time, had 60 regular attendees, 10 volunteer teachers, 200 students on roll call and 800 students in total. Fortunately, the school had benefactors in teachers, IAS officers, social workers and religious leaders. To top it all, even the West Bengal government recognized the school. But one should remember that the real strength of the school lay in the selfless service of simple people like Tulu Rani Hajra, an illiterate fishmonger, who encouraged parents to send their children to school, Debrita, a college-going teenager, who had the noble desire to help the underprivileged of society by being their teacher. The strength of the school also lay in the fact that all teacher volunteers were students who used their free time productively to teach the less fortunate, and the fact that they were not very senior to the students helped them in getting the attention of their pupils. Thus, we see that the efforts of a single boy resulted in almost a revolution in the field of education and made people believe in the ideal that common people can achieve uncommon feats. Babar Ali Comprehension 1. 1. Where does Babar Ali run classes for poor children? Or where did Babar Ali teach hundreds of students? Answer. In his family's backyard. 2. How is Babar Ali's routine described by the writer? Answer. The writer describes the hard work put in by Babar Ali by placing before his routine. Babar begins the day at 7 in the morning by performing household chores. Though he takes an auto rickshaw to commute the first part of the distance between his home and school, he has to walk for 5 kilometers to reach his school. After school hours, if other boys play football, cricket and other sports, Babar goes to an afternoon school where he is the headmaster of 800 students. Thus, we see that Babar Ali is a cut above the rest. 3. Give a picture of Babar Ali's school. Answer. Babar Ali's school is named Anand Shiksha Niketan. It is a ramshackle structure covered in half-torn posters. Behind the office of the school, where a gate opens to Babar's home, Babar teaches 800 children in the open air. 4. Why is Babar Ali called a fortunate soul in his village? Or, why does the writer consider Babar Ali as coming from a privileged family? Answer. Babar Ali is called a fortunate soul for 2 reasons. He is one of the few who went to school and got a formal education. His father, Nasiruddin Sheikh, believed that education is man's true religion and initially supported Babar Ali's venture with his own income. 5. What, according to Babar's father, is man's true religion? Answer. Education, according to Babar's father, is man's true religion. 6. Why is sending children to school a costly affair for parents? Or, many families could not afford to send their children to school in spite of free education because they still had to pay for __. Answer. Even without having to pay the school fee, sending children to school is a costly affair for parents as they have to spend money on the uniform, books, etc. 7. Tula Rani Hazra is A. A widow. B. An illiterate educationalist. C. A literate educationalist. D. A fishmonger. Answer. D. A fishmonger. 8. The teaching staff of Babar Ali's school is made up of A. Appointed teachers. B. High school student volunteers. C. Teachers from other schools. D. Teachers from Ali's village. Answer. B. High school student volunteers. Babar Ali Comprehension 2. 1. Why do you think Babar Ali took the initiative to start his own school? Or, why did Babar Ali take the initiative to start his own school? Answer. Babar Ali took the initiative to start his own school because he felt the need to do something about a situation which, he felt, was unfair. As mentioned in the lesson, his saga is proof to the saying that one person can make a difference if he is motivated by a strong desire. Even though Ali came from a small village, Murshidabad, he had a dream and he worked towards realizing that dream. The dream, however, was not for personal fulfillment. It was, instead, for the betterment of children around him. Ali had the privilege of being educated because of his father's stand on education. But, not all the children in the village had the same advantage. That is why, after attending his school in the morning, Ali started taking classes for the illiterate children of the village in the backyard of his house. 2. What started as a game resulted in a much sought-after school for the unprivileged. Explain. Or, give an account of how Babar Ali's school grew out of a game. Or, how did Babar Ai's afternoon school grow out of a game of school? Or, how did Anand Shiksha Niketan come into existence? Answer. It is amusing to know that the school began as a game. When Babar Ali was 9, he used to play school game with his friends and used to act as their teacher. The other children, unlike Ali, had not seen the inside of the school and hence were excited to play the game with him. But, soon, the game turned into real teaching as children were happy to learn arithmetic. Anand Shiksha Niketan got established with 8 students on roll. In the course of 9 years, the school grew step by step, and from 8, the number increased to 220 students on roll and 800 students in all. The school started receiving both private and government assistance and had 10 volunteer teenage teachers teaching grade 1 to grade 8. It also had 60 regular attendees. The children of the village who worked as maids to cook, clean, wash clothes and dishes for their employees or as mechanics, day laborers, grass cutters and livestock herders came voluntarily to Ali's school in the afternoon after finishing their chores. What is heartening is the fact that Ali's good work was rewarded as he received help from Babar's teachers, IAS officers, and Ramakrishna Ashram monks. What is even more gratifying is the fact that the school was recognized by the West Bengal state government, and hence students from Baba's school were eligible to pursue their studies in other schools if the need arose. The recognition gave Babar the singular privilege of being the youngest headmaster at the age of 16. Thus, what started as a game resulted in a much sought-after school for the underprivileged and inspired other selfless youngsters like Debrita Bhattacharya, a college student, to work as volunteers in helping the have-nots. 3. Do you think that Babar Ali's act of thoughtfulness has enabled poor children to move towards growth? Discuss. Or Babar Ali's efforts to teach poor children has brought about a transformation in their lives. Discuss. Or Babar Ali's venture has transformed the lives of underprivileged children of his locality. Explain. Or Babar Ali's thoughtfulness brought about a change in the lives of many underprivileged children. Explain. Undoubtedly, the thoughtful act of Babar Ali has enabled poor children to move towards growth. The village children who would have continued as maids, mechanics, grass cutters and day laborers have the scope of looking for office jobs with the education they have received at Babar Ali's school. It is touching to see that the children are interested in studying. Education is not forced unto them. They are hard-working. They work in the morning to get educated in the afternoon. If not for the afternoon school of Ali, the underprivileged children would have never got the chance of formal education. Even if they had the chance of learning how to read and write, without the proper educational qualification, they would have never had the chance of considering jobs other than what they could get in their villages. So, it is very clear that Babar Ali is the architect of the lives of hundreds of children in the village. Babar Ali Comprehension 3. 1. According to Nasiruddin, education is man's true religion. How does Babar Ali's school prove this? Or, education is man's true religion, as believed by Babar Ali's father. How did Babar Ali put this into practice? Answer. If we take religion as the path leading us to virtuous living, we can easily take education at Ali's school as true religion. Babar Ali's school offers to the children of the village the scope of living a meaningful and virtuous life. If we take religion as the means to bring people together, overriding their differences, education that is offered to the underprivileged at Ali's school bears testimony to this. We see the more fortunate ones like Ali contributing their mite towards the welfare of the less fortunate of society. If we take religion as inspiring acts of selflessness, the education at Ali's school can easily be equated with religion, because we see not only Ali but a whole lot of young people like him willing to serve others selflessly. Thus, we see that instead of following a ritualistic religion, it is far more self-satisfying to take education as religion and perform good deeds. 2. The increasing strength of Babar Ali's school reflects the transformation in our society's attitude towards education. Substantiate. Or, how is the success of Babar Ali's school reflective of the change in the society's attitude towards education? Answer. Earlier, in India, education was considered the prerogative of the higher caste people. The lower caste people were content with the idea of performing manual labor for a living. Even when the rigid caste system lost its prominence in society, education still remained the privilege of the wealthy. The underprivileged of society did not have the dreams of being educated and coming up in life. They took menial tasks as the fate written on their forehead. However, the scenario is different now. The initiative of intellectuals, social workers and the government has resulted in the progress of the downtrodden, and people belonging to the lower rungs of society are encouraged to be educated. Special scholarships are offered to the economically backward sections and backward castes. There is a transformation in the whole educational setup, and we are moving slowly but surely towards an egalitarian society where all have equal opportunities for education and the underprivileged sections are hungry for education. 3. Do you feel that Babar All's initiation is a success story? Explain. Or is Babar Ali's initiative of starting a school a runaway success? Comment. Answer. Definitely Babar Ali's school is a success story. It is a success story not merely because it educates hundreds of underprivileged children after having started with just 8 children, but also because it has inspired many like-minded youths like Ali to serve the underprivileged of society. It is a success story also because it has touched a chord in the hearts of many sensitive people and has inspired them to join hands with Ali in helping the less fortunate. It is a success story because it has not been the victim of government apathy. It is significant that the government of West Bengal has recognized Ali's school, which offers parallel education. On the whole, the school is a testimony to human goodness, and it gives us enough justification to have faith in the nobility of mankind. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Webseek Academy for more English lessons and notes. See you in the next video. Until then, learn more and achieve more.